Live from San Jose, California, in the heart of Silicon Valley, it's theCUBE, covering QuickBooks Connect 2016. Now, here are your hosts, Jeff Frick and John Wall.
It is theCUBE, and along with Jeff Frick, I'm John Walls, as we start to wrap up here from QuickBooks Connect 2016. In fact, the afternoon keynote session has just started behind us, where Shaquille O'Neal is one of the featured speakers today, so looking forward to hearing that. Jeff, let's just kind of take a look back at where we've been over the past couple of days here, and we've talked a lot about common themes, common feelings, those kinds of things. But you really do get this really, I think, a great sense about QuickBooks and its mission in encouraging and nurturing the small business community, and all the great online resources it's providing, and getting people to go online and making that move happen has been probably a driving force behind that company's success, and really why small business is taking off as it is in America today.
I think I hear Shaquille in the background.
Yeah, I do. I think it might be.
I'm like, oh, that sounds like a big TV sportscaster. Anyway,
yeah.
I think the key word you said there, John, is mission, and it's clearly a mission, and it comes down from Scott and the founding 33 years ago, and everyone has really embraced that mission, from the Intuit employees we've talked to, the partners we've talked to, and even the customers that we've talked to, like with Death with Coffee. It is really about empowering small business, and what I find interesting is we've taken these big tech trends that we see at other shows like IBM and HP, if you will, with cloud and mobile, and now using those tools to take huge engineering teams, huge amount of R&D effort that's going into the applications that they're then deployed on cloud, delivered via your mobile device, and putting that power in the hands of small entrepreneurs, medium-sized entrepreneurs. I think the folks we've talked to today have businesses from 7 people up to 150 people, still relatively small, and they now get the power, the combined R&D power of not only the Intuit QuickBooks platform itself, but their partner ecosystem, people like T-Sheets, and they can now use that to run their business, to free them up to do the things that they wanted to do in the first place, which is follow a passion, build a business around it. Most of the people we talked to didn't even plan on necessarily building a business. They kind of thought, this is an interesting idea, and they started it. So it's a real refreshing place to be. It's a really great energy. They've already announced next year's show. They're passing out the cards, and it's fun to see that using these tools, you can put that power in the hands of small business.
Yep, and what kind of struck me is that you heard a lot of news this week about different offerings, different services, improvements that QuickBooks has done. But the T-Sheets example is a very good one, that they've embedded that technology onto their platform so that it is a completely transparent process, operation. It's simple, it's clear, it's easy, but you never leave the QuickBooks platform. And so if you're a small business, a lot of things you worry about are time, money, complexity, simplicity, all those things. Well, they make it simple for you.
Right.
Because they have embedded these kinds of technologies. So it is one interface, it is one click, it's just one simple process, and they are simplifying that. So, in fact, we hear the crowd behind us. It's got to be Shaq coming out. Shaquille now, by the way,
That's
not
right,
Shaq, no longer Shaq.
Well,
but so let's talk about, again, we talked about this morning a little bit, kind of the nature of the keynotes and the messaging that was really, I think, consistent throughout all of that, is that there are failures that come with success, that simplicity is big, that mission is critical, and that passion is vital. And we heard that an awful lot, and I think Intuit certainly conveys that with all of its products and all of its services.
Right, and then they'll really laser focus on the very specific things that matter to the small entrepreneur, and that's money. It's cash flow, it's getting paid faster, it's getting paid easier, it's making the management of both the paying of bills and the receiving of bills more efficient. It's the financing, which is a tremendous thing. If you've ever been involved in small business, yourself or friends or neighbors, all you ever hear about is people having to put their mortgage on the line, take out a personal guarantee to get that financing, whether it's to smooth out bumps in the road on the cash flow, or if it's expansion financing. That's always a huge challenge. And then the last thing is just time. It takes so much time to do all these tasks that are required to run a business that you can now free up, whether that be through the application itself or the partner applications. But I think this other kind of concept is we hear over and over in the IT side, use technology to do the low value tasks, the cumbersome grunt work to free people up to provide better service. And we saw that there at the Intuit That's Worth Coffee, where your accountant should be your business partner, not your tax filer. Your tax filing is something that happens once a year, but your business partner is someone that engages with you on a weekly basis to make sure when you get to the tax filing, you're in the best position ever. So that seems to really be embraced by some of the accountants that we've talked to. They've talked about having all the data in this cloud system now. It's not locked in the coffin underneath your desk, which enables all kinds of things up to and including quick lending. The day that you submit your Common App, that maybe even will come out ahead of time to tell you maybe you should grab some working capital because Christmas is coming and you're a little shy on inventory. So it's really fun to see this application of technologies we talk about all the time applied to small business.
Well, before we head out, you probably, I think when Matt Russell was at the CEO of T-Sheets, you just about lost it when you said, you caused a big problem yesterday, and if you're just now joining us, it's about the socks. It's all about the socks. They handed out one sock on 5,000 seats in the keynote area. I got back to the hotel and said, why do I have just one sock? Well, you had to go get the other sock,
That's
but
right.
they were nice enough to leave us with a pair, so we will not go home barefoot. Our sock demands, I'll play that out there.
When I showed that to my wife last night, she was like, oh my gosh, more single socks. We just threw away the last batch of single socks.
Well, we have certainly enjoyed having you here for the past couple of days here at QuickBooks Connect 2016, and look forward to being back here for 2017. We've talked to a lot of folks here about the progress they made over the past year, and I'm sure this next year coming up for them will be even bigger and better. So for all of us here at theCUBE and my colleague Jeff Frick, I'm John Walls, and we thank you again for joining us from San Jose.